It's the 29th of June, and today's upload is about, I suppose, a different aspect of the circumstances that occur when confronted with other people's illnesses. Um, this is from a recovery aspect. I think I've discussed at length and in depth enough how individuals have caused me offence, wrongdoings, etc., and not addressed their shortcomings, defects of character, and their failings and wrongdoings. So this share today is really as a recovery advocate, and basically how minimal living and in minimal standards, with Maslow being highly disrespected by individuals that are consumed with my property and my property, really, my home in Tuberton. And they have been over-consumed, over-preoccupied. And, today is an upload with regard to how the failings of politicians, practitioners, professionals has really become apparent, and how a collective can be so demonstrably destructive in damaging innocence and purity and honesty and all those values that we uphold as being good character traits, for examples we want as examples in our own behaviours that we want to set for young people. So as an educator, in many respects, I have the pedagogical and the recovery advocacy aspect as well. As a teacher, I'm being antagonized and intruded upon, and I'm fully aware that I'm confronted with other people's mental and spiritual malaise. And, as an adult, as a mature, responsible adult, I'm really concerned about how these individuals aren't, maintaining their integrity. And I'm concerned that they would try to, spin out a few tales about anything contrary or contradictory to the reality. As I said in yesterday's upload, it's really insulting to people's intelligence, and it's insulting to faith, and it's insulting to family, and it's insulting to good name. And I'm experiencing medical negligence, and I'm living on the bare minimum. And I, as I have said, have been they have been monetizing from me, this collective, and they've caused very serious offence. And at the moment, there's a new stage and phase of this very dangerous offence that I'm experiencing since I became a married mother in a democracy. It's going to a new level. Now, they've hurled out so many stories of fiction and fallacy. That's the concise way I can only describe it. And they have antagonized and intruded upon me. And I'm overheating now at the moment. I have bodily issues, so it's a consequence of the wrongdoings of what has occurred and that are being conducted. So just so that viewers are aware, if there are even any individuals even watching this, there have been so many obstructions and obstacles. So the matter that I'm relaying in this upload today is with regard to maintenance when confronted with other people's malaise. Our own maintenance of our own upkeep, of our own, we're all in our own little bubble, we're all, cocooning, and we're all minding ourselves from other people's mental illnesses. And I've been confronted with, I don't know, so many, countless incidents of mental illness. And as a recovery advocate, it has been quite challenging. We all have to mind our own health, and we all have to mind our own side of the fence and our own side of the street. But when it comes to people that are kind of over intrusive and really rude, and they're not playing by the book and they're not playing by the law, then that really just brings it down to a poor standard. where you just have to rise. And there's a lovely poem by Maya Angelou, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Civil rights, civil liberties, and civil society, when being disrespected by a collective, and challenging any individual, be he high up or down low, any individual being challenged by a collective that aren't of integrity, honorability, or respect, and of, poor sensibility, really, really need to mind themselves. It's basic maintenance. It's challenging when people haven't got respect for their own reputations, that they have to dirty other people's reputations. As they say, healthy-minded people do not intentionally set out with the objective to be destructive. They're showing how sick they are. That's showing how ill their, mentalities are. And that is unsafe for children in society, to be seeing destructive behaviours by people that can't tell the truth, that are pathological, and that are really lacking in basic common courtesy. So those people that have intruded upon me, I have a clean track record. Now, I'm fully aware that there are individuals trying to make implications, assertions, and silly interpretations. I'm fully aware of the character assassination that is being attempted by individuals that are just of such foul play, it's frightening. They have caused themselves their own problems. I have clean hands, a clean conscience, and I'm confronted by people and by challenges in society of those that can't do their jobs properly and that are suffering from identity issues and imposter syndrome. And they're overconsumed with farms where they are simply not welcome. And they have caused harm to innocent life, and they've caused harm to faith and family. And they're not addressing their spiritual and mental malaise. So during COVID, that has arisen from my work, I'm really concerned about the role of the authorities and practitioners. As I have a very clean track record, I really take exception to the fact, I find it absolutely unbelievable that there are people that would even go so far as to spiral this further out of control with the debts they have already accrued. Now, I'm not just talking financial debts. These people have displayed a lack of gratitude. Egregious is a nice word to describe them. And it's quite baffling that these people consider themselves elevated or evolved, and that they feel comfortable and confident denigrating or debasing a person whom they don't know, and that they're not qualified to be engaging or interacting or claiming to have knowledge of without any, experience. They're not qualified or experienced in their offences with their assault against my good name, character, and reputation. Now, we all hold our name very preciously, and we cherish our names. So I find it also quite baffling that there are these individuals that think it's safe to defame anybody's name. This is what I'm confronted with. This is what insanity has been, presented as in this awful vendetta of hate crime and human rights violations. Now, there's the other matter of my beautiful I Am prayer that I've recited since 2006. It's a very powerful protection prayer for spiritually evolving or evolved individuals. And that beautiful I Am prayer that I've been saying for so long is basically after being very much disrespected in this community. And the spiritual violence has been going on for quite a while. And they've disrespected matrimony, they've disrespected the church of my marriage, and they've disrespected the family unit. Now, that beautiful protection prayer, the I Am prayer, is after being violated. And these people have continued to cause offence and they've been antagonizing. And they're making insinuations and assertions that jeopardize and cause more casualty. And they have been causing casualty since 2006. So the mountain of debt, it's like the sugar debt. You know, the sugar debt, it's getting quite high. The debt I'm owed is quite dangerous. So they're not addressing any of this problem. And it's really unfortunate. It's the sad sign of the times. That's the name of my documentary. And for any individuals out there that are aspiring or aspired or inspired, the I Am Prayer is lovely and strong, and it keeps people safe, but there are predators in society that disrespect that, and that brings on problems.